Look, guys, I get it. You're probably still upset. It's Tuesday morning, right? We're not that far removed from Sunday night's loss against the Buffalo Bills. But I will tell you this. Despite the loss on Sunday night, there is some still good news that we got to talk about, okay? I'm going to give you on today's show 5 takeaways from Sunday night's loss against the Bills that you should be happy about going into your week and going ahead into 2025. But I also don't want to be unrealistic because there are still plenty of reasons to be upset. There was another blown lead in the fourth quarter. The defense looked absolutely horrific, giving up 41 points to the Buffalo Bills. And the schedule does not get any easier over these next 3 weeks. But on today's show, I'm going to give you my positive takeaways from the Bills' loss, and then we're going to go into, in the future, what that means for the rest of the 2025 season. Before we get into that, though, make sure you are subscribed, because guess what? We are 37 subscribers away from hitting 36,000. This will be our biggest milestone yet on the channel. We're growing like crazy. Added 1,600 subscribers on Sunday, and we're not stopping anytime soon, okay? If you're a diehard Ravens fan, you found the perfect place to be for daily Ravens coverage, all 100% free. Just hit that subscribe button. Help me get to 36K, only 37 subs away. First off, on this good news, look, guys, Derrick Henry has still got it. And I think that's something we need to take away from Sunday and be really, really happy about. And I get it. He fumbled the football. He's probably the one thing you're looking at as the reason you lost that game. But we can't forget everything else he did the 3.5, 4 quarters before that. Because all offseason, okay, I kept hearing from coworkers, from media pundits out there on national live television that this will be the year that Henry slows down. Or something along the lines of, there is just no way he can keep on going at his age. Well, let me tell you what, guys. I think he proved on Sunday that he's not going to be slowing down anytime soon. 18 carries, 169 yards, 9.4 yards a carry, and 2 touchdowns. And that's phenomenal for this team because, as we all know, Baltimore is built on running the football. And when you have a running back that is as dangerous as Derrick Henry, that opens everything else up in the passing game for Lamar Jackson. And the funny thing is like after week 1, he finds himself in the top 4 of NFL rush leaders twice, if you count in as well his yards after first contact. Because he leads with 169 yards. Travis Etienne is in second with 143. Breece Hall in third with 107. And then Derrick Henry, after first contact, has 104 yards for the first week of the season. There's reasons to be upset about him and to be upset with him. I get that. But I think we can look at Sunday night and say, okay, we know the Derrick Henry we're going to get this season, and it's going to be a really, really good version. Number 2, Zay looked like a wide receiver 1. Now, I've thought that Zay is a wide receiver 1. There's a lot of people online and a lot of people across the nation that don't look at Zay Flowers that way. And I think he proved to everybody that, look, hey, I'm the go-to guy on this offense when it comes to pass catchers. I thought he looked unbelievable. And we actually talked about Zay Flowers. I believe it was last Thursday's show, maybe last Wednesday's show. You'll have to look back at it. I said the Buffalo Bills gave the Ravens a gift. And I talked all about how poor their secondary is, all about how much they tend to blitz, and how good Zay Flowers and Lamar Jackson are against the blitz. And that proved to be 100% right. And also, it wasn't just the fact that they were blitzing and he was open. He was causing so much separation. He's such an elite route runner. Zay Flowers averaged 5.3 yards of separation from the nearest defender when targeted on Sunday night. That's the highest in week 1. So not only do you have an elite running back, but it seems like you have a wide receiver that's fully coming into his own. And we all know that the biggest jump in a player's career is from year 2 to year 3. That tends to be when they make that final, where you see them at their best, I should say, is after year 2 going into year 3. And we see that right now with Zay Flowers. 143 yards. That was a career high. 20.4 yards a catch, a touchdown as well. He was unbelievable. And I just love the chemistry that him and Lamar Jackson have together. And I know it resulted in an incompletion. Lamar just barely threw it out of bounds. But on Lamar's scramble, Zay Flowers was running like a deep post. He then stopped on his route, turned around, and then went back to the end zone. He's so good when Lamar's in scramble mode, and that's what makes him so special as well. Grade his performance against Buffalo. Okay, give it an A, B, C, D, or F in the comment section down below. Get those red pins out and let me know how you feel Zay Flowers played. Number 3, Lamar Jackson looks solid. Okay, I don't think that's something we should be surprised about, but I think that's something we should take as good news because he was phenomenal last year, and you always wonder, okay, is someone going to take a step back after having an absolute career year? And I thought he looked just as good. 14 for 19, 209 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was phenomenal on the ground as well. I thought he made really good decisions. He was accurate. That throw to DeAndre Hopkins that resulted in a touchdown was unbelievable, his accuracy. And his numbers were great as well. 94.0 QBR, passer rating of 144.4. I think we were able to do this last year, but I want to today officially retire the narrative that Lamar Jackson cannot pass the football, okay? That Lamar Jackson might even be a pass-first quarterback. He's special, man. We all know it. We knew it going into this year. We knew it going into last year. We've known it for a very, very long time. And yeah, the Bills don't have a great defense, but he did what you do to bad defenses. They put up 40 points, and it was all led by him. Something I want to lead you guys to is an awesome deal with an awesome sponsor of today's show, our friends over at PrizePicks. This episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. And guys, every single day, you and I, we make decisions. But the cool thing is, on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. PrizePicks puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. PrizePicks also offers injury reboots. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, PrizePicks won't count it as a loss. PrizePicks invented the flex play, which means you could still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. You could double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. The good thing is I feel really good about my picks for this upcoming weekend, Ravens, Browns. And Gage, before we move on, can you put my PrizePicks photo from Monday Night Football up? I just want to show the people why you got to listen to your boy, okay? I got the more on Derrick Henry, 94.5 rush yards, the more on Lamar Jackson on a rushing touchdown, and then also the more 4.5 punts for Corey, the Cleveland punter. I don't want to pronounce his last name. But this is why you listen to me, guys. Last night, Monday Night Football, I said, give me the more on Justin Jefferson for half a receiving touchdown, bang. Less on Caleb Williams, 218.5 pass yards, bang. And more on Will Reichard, 1.5 field goals made. So you can tail my picks, you can fade my picks. Just make sure you do it at PrizePicks, okay? Download the PrizePicks app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. The link to this promo is in the comments and description of today's video. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. Speaking of being right, the Baltimore Ravens were very right in giving Kyle Hamilton all the money he wanted. It is looking through 1 week, and we knew it was going to be this way, but it's also just nice to see it in week 1. Kyle Hamilton's worth the investment. He's worth every single penny. He was the best player on the field for the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday. If Derrick Henry didn't have that fumble, I'd probably say it was Derrick, but he did. Kyle Hamilton did not make any mistakes. 2 pass breakups, 6 solo tackles, 3 assisted tackles. Like, this dude was all over the field. He was everywhere, and then he almost blocked the field goal at the end of the game. And there's a reason he's the highest paid safety, because he's able to do those things. You have to lock a guy like that down when you can. Now, the defense around him, they need to take a step up as well. That's obvious. But the good thing is not only is Kyle Hamilton a great player, he's a phenomenal leader as well. Okay? He is the leader of this defense. Roquan Smith might be the rah-rah hype man. He's the Mike linebacker. But don't get it twisted. This defense runs through Kyle Hamilton. Do you think he's the best safety in the NFL? Because I've been arguing with some people at work about it, and I need you to help me out. Help me prove them wrong. If you think he's the best safety in the NFL, do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up button like today's video. Number 5, okay, the last piece of good news we could take from this loss. We've seen this before, okay? I get it. It feels like the sky is falling. The funny thing is when your team loses a game, you feel like they'll never win a game again. But when they win a game, you feel like they'll never lose a game again. And you might not want to hear this, okay? But this team, I can promise you, is going to be just fine. They're going to be just fine. We saw it exactly last year. Heartbreak loss in the opener on the road to one of the best teams in the AFC. You lose against the Chiefs, okay? And then it got even worse because you followed that up with the loss against the Raiders. And that, at our point as Ravens fans, was the lowest we have been. And the lowest outside of the playoff loss we were all last season. And at that point, 0-2, staring down a barrel of having to go on the road to play the Cowboys, it felt like, wow, this season's already slipping. It's already hanging in the balance. Guys, I get it. You feel that way right now. That loss was brutal. But I think you can take this with you. This is going to be just fine. This team is going to win football games. Every year, you lose games you shouldn't, and you win games you shouldn't. This just happens to be in the loss you shouldn't category. Now, it's imperative we make sure we don't add to that category on Sunday against the Browns, start this winning streak back up. You can't lose the first 2 like you did last year. But I can tell you right now, this team's going to be just okay. Make sure you got me followed on social media. That's going to do it for today's show. Find me on Twitter and on Instagram. I'll put those links to my social media in the comment section and description of today's video. If you have not subscribed yet, do it. Okay, help me get to 36K. I appreciate y'all.